Full update, sister refuses to divorce her toxic husband, but won't butt out from my marriage, The phone rang at 2 a.m., shattering the silence of my home like a brick through a window. I stumbled out of bed, heart pounding, only to hear my sister's voice, slurred and desperate, begging for a place to crash again. By morning, she was sprawled on my couch, mascara streaked, defending her deadbeat husband while lecturing me on how to fix my own marriage. This wasn't new. My sister, Claire, had been tethered to her husband, Derek. For a decade, a man who'd charm a snake one minute and poison it the next. He was a walking red flag, jobless, manipulative, and prone to fits of rage that left Claire broken but inexplicably loyal. Yet, somehow, she thought she had the right to meddle in my life with my husband, Ethan, as if her train wreck of a marriage qualified her as a relationship guru. I wasn't always this bitter. Growing up, Claire and I were inseparable. She was the bold one, the spark who dragged me into adventures, sneaking out to stargaze, plotting pranks on our neighbors. But that spark dimmed when she met Derek at 25. He swept her off her feet with grand promises, only to deliver lies and excuses. I watched her shrink, her laughter replaced by apologies, her dreams buried under his control. Still, she clung to him, convinced he'd change. I tried to help, offering money, a place to stay, even a divorce lawyer's number, but she'd snap, accusing me of judging her. "You don't get it, Lily," she'd say. "He loves me. You just don't understand love." Meanwhile, Ethan and I built a life together. It wasn't perfect, whose marriage is, but we worked hard at it. We've been married 5 years, navigating careers, bills, and the occasional argument with honesty and respect. Ethan was my anchor, steady, kind, with a dry humor that could make me laugh even on my worst days. But Claire, she saw our marriage as her personal project. She'd show up unannounced, critique Ethan's boring job as an accountant, or tell me I was too soft for not pushing him to be more ambitious. Once, she even suggested I spice things up by flirting with other men to keep Ethan on his toes. I laughed it off at first, but the intrusions grew relentless. Last month, it hit a breaking point. Claire arrived at our house, reeking of wine, claiming Derek had just needed space after smashing their TV in a fight. She crashed on our couch for a week, offering unsolicited advice while ignoring her own chaos. One night, she cornered Ethan, telling him he wasn't man enough for me because he didn't confront her about her behavior. Ethan, ever patient, just walked away, but I saw the hurt in his eyes. That was my line in the sand. "Claire, you need to leave," I said the next morning, my voice trembling but firm. She blinked, stunned, as if I'd slapped her. "You can't keep dumping your mess on us while acting like you know better. Fix your own life before you touch mine." Her face crumpled, but the defiance kicked in fast. "You're abandoning me," she spat. "I'm trying to help you, and this is how you repay me." She stormed out, leaving a trail of guilt in her wake. I didn't sleep that night, torn between love for my sister and loyalty to my husband. Ethan held me as I cried, promising we'd get through this. But Claire wasn't done. She started texting me daily, alternating between apologies and accusations. "You're selfish," one message read. "You think your marriage is perfect, but Ethan's weak, and you're blind." Then she'd call, sobbing, begging for forgiveness, claiming Derek was trying harder. I wanted to believe her, but I'd heard it all before. The final straw came when she showed up at Ethan's office, checking on him because she thought he was hiding something. He was mortified, his coworkers whispering as she ranted about our failing marriage. That night, I made a choice. I blocked her number. I changed the locks. I told our parents, who'd long enabled Claire's chaos, that I needed space. It felt like cutting off a limb. Claire was my sister, my childhood confidant, but her refusal to leave Derek and her obsession with controlling my life was suffocating us. Ethan deserved better. I deserved better. For weeks, silence. Then, a letter arrived, slipped under our door, Claire's handwriting, shaky and smudged. I'm sorry, and it began. I know I've been a mess. Derek's gone for good this time. I need you. Lily, please. My heart twisted. Was this another manipulation? Or had she finally hit rock bottom? I didn't know what to believe. But the ache of missing her was undeniable. I met her at a coffee shop, neutral ground. She looked different, thinner, eyes hollow. But there was a clarity I hadn't seen in years. She told me Derek had left her for someone else, taking what little money they had. She'd spent weeks unraveling, facing the truth of his abuse. I was wrong, she whispered, tears falling. About him, about you and Ethan. I was jealous of what you have. For the first time, she didn't deflect or defend. She just listened as I poured out my hurt, my anger, my love for her despite it all. Rebuilding trust is slow. Claire's in therapy now, living with our parents, piecing herself together. I'm cautious, but hopeful. Ethan and I are stronger, our boundaries clearer. I've learned that love doesn't mean enabling chaos. It means holding space for growth, even when it hurts. Claire's learning that too, one painful step at a time. This story isn't tidy. Families are messy, and love is messier. I don't know if Claire will stay on this path or if Derek will slither back into her life, but I know I can't fix her, and she can't fix me. We're just two sisters, trying to find our way back to each other. What do you think? Was I right to cut Claire off? Or should I have been more patient? Share your thoughts. I'm curious to hear where you stand on the line between love and boundaries.